Hey, Perry. Oh, Perry.
Hey, what's up?
What the hell? Oh, I can't. I
It's
can't.
time.
I gotta get ready. I've been listening to it. They've been saying, first of all, I'm over this case. It's really crazy. But I've been listening to the live feed,
Uh-huh.
and they're saying that she actually went into the police station to give a statement, or what do you call it, a deposition, or
Uh-huh.
just talk about what she was doing. They said she wouldn't make eye contact with them. She stared down the whole time. This is weird.
Well,
This is very, very weird.
it's
Hold
hard to
on.
lie. Huh?
Okay, they're setting up, so let me get this. Hold on.
Okay.
It's very weird. Okay, so
Yeah.
how do I do this? Hold on. Uh, is this it? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, let me see. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I got it, the volume turned down right now,
Okay, okay, good. Okay. Okay.
and I'm
I got
waiting for them to come. But it's very weird. There's a lot more that they're going to tell us today. But they actually took, what do you call it, a deposition? What
right.
happened.
Uh-huh.
They tried to do it at the hospital. They tried to do it at the house, and then I guess eventually she actually came to the house to give her state. Oh, she actually, pardon me, went down to the station to talk to police.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mess. I guess you already made up your mind, because I
Well, I
don't know
mean,
why
look,
you in that damn
I'm coming
suit.
to you live, baby, because look, we can sugarcoat it
Alabama
all we want
Women's
to.
Prison. Something is wrong with you,
I got
Perry.
a vision. This is where she gonna be heading. If not off this offense, the next one she do.
Um,
The whole thing is ridiculous, Sharrell.
yeah.
And I think when she went in there and put her head down,
It was at this moment that he knew
I
he
can't.
fucked up.
I'm telling you, like,
They were also
you know,
saying that
go ahead.
something was strange with the parents. When the cops were talking to them and questioning her, they said that they felt that something was wrong with the parents. Now, let me see if I can just put this back up here whenever I'm ready. Let me
It's a
test this out.
okay.
Let me test this out.
Have come to the right place. We're going to be here
Can you
live,
hear it?
really up until that
Is
press
it when you can turn
conference
up a little bit,
begins.
maybe, or no?
Again,
If
with
you
the
can't, that's
No.
good. I mean,
police department.
I can hear
Let's
it
bring
though.
in
Yeah.
our guest expert joining us here on stream, FBI, retired FBI agent, current News Nation law
Hello.
enforcement analyst Jennifer Coffendoffer joining here on stream.
Can everybody
What are you
hear that
expecting
in the
we
chat?
learn,
If you
in
can't
this,
hear
in
it,
this
put a
press
2 in the
conference that
chat if
starts
you
in just
can't
a
hear
few
it.
minutes from now?
Great question. We're going to learn one way or the other what happened. We are going to learn whether this
Yeah, they
is
said they
hoax,
could hear it.
whether it was some sort of mental crisis, or whether indeed there is somebody out there that abducted
Yeah, sure.
her,
But
and
look, I would
they're
say this
going to
though.
put the community on
I think
notice.
she put the parents in a bad situation
Mm-hmm.
because let's keep it real. We got kids. We know when our kids are lying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You knew when your daughter showed up at the door
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't go and pick her up. But it sounds like we will find out today probably. But
People are saying some people can hear it, some people aren't. I can't turn it up. Let me see. That's the loudest it goes. Hold on.
Going, and we just called this press conference just to be of the media.
I don't think so. They've had long enough, JB. They've had long enough to decipher everything that happened on that video before and after. They're going to have
I can hear.
recam
That's
footage.
better.
They're going to have video
Yeah, I can hear it.
from
Okay, good.
her entering the neighborhood and going up to her parents' door. They've interviewed, we know it's been made public, the individuals at her workplace. They're going to have looked at the digital forensics from her phone, from the computer at her work. They already know, I believe, what happened, and we're going to hear about it.
Do you think that they have finally spoken to Carlee?
Yeah, they did.
Jennifer, you have me? Oh, I think we might have lost you. Oh, we might have lost you. Auto mute might have happened. Oh, hold on. We'll try to get you back, Jennifer. Again, Jennifer Coffendoff joining us. Can
Wow.
everybody give me a quick audio check, thumbs up on stream? Or did we?
Okay, so they're getting their stuff together. But what were you saying, Perry?
No, I'm saying that. I mean, she put her parents in a bad spot. As
Mhm.
parents, you know when your kid lying. If
Mhm.
they didn't pick her up, if she walked home, you know, I mean, it's probably not the first time she pulled some shit like this. Just in
Mhm.
my opinion.
Mhm.
You know she's lying, but now you got all the neighbors, the whole city, the whole world looking at me. I can't just come and say, "Oh yeah, my daughter's just a liar." You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you still love them, you
Mhm.
know, but damn, I mean, you know, basically she just messed up, and for what? She needs to tell us why. Maybe I can
Mhm.
have some sympathy then, but with no explanation why you did it, it was just
Mhm.
ridiculous. And I don't
I'm
think
trying to announce it on Twitter too.
okay, because I don't feel that is mental illness.
You don't? Oh, well, that's another thing they said this morning, though. They said she does not have a history of mental illness.
No, I just think that some people are con artists, liars, and could have been in a bad situation, just tried to figure out, or wanted to be a con artist and a liar, got in a bad jam and tried for the first time. It just didn't work out too successfully.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, it just don't make sense.
Okay,
Leave
and
your car running on the side of the road. Like, that's not going to draw attention. You don't call 911. And then she don't went out there and, in my opinion, faked the kidnapping and got all into it. Slung the wig to the ground. Put the iWatch. The
something's
iWatch in
wrong
your
with
phone.
you, Perry.
No, I mean, could you imagine? I mean, she probably went to the crazy extent of to duct tape her own mouth. It ain't no telling what she did.
Everybody, there is a hashtag Carlee Smollett going around. Child, I can't. Let me call V really quick and let her know that we're live,
Mm-hmm. No, but that's crazy.
isn't it?
Yep, and it you know it should be on in about a few minutes, but this is
Yeah.
pathetic.
They're still getting ready. So
Mhm.
I can put that on the screen and then I'm going to let you guys watch this. Hold on. Megan says, I hate to say I told you so. You really did. But I told y'all this whole thing was a scam for some attention and a quick GoFundMe cash grab. You're right. I really, really agree with you now, Megan. Sorry we didn't understand. We were trying to be politically correct. So Perry, I'm gonna let you guys listen to this. I'm gonna call V, so I'm gonna
Okay.
go on
All right.
mute. But you could still talk to the chat
I got
if
you.
you need to. Hold on.
Fact, and also talk about what. Oh, and at this stage in the story, police have not yet commented on there definitively being an abduction that took place. The law enforcement releases since Carlee turned up on Saturday night have been mostly vague, with very few specifics, and a lot of the reason for that is because of a very significant missing puzzle piece here. When you have a situation like this, when a missing person advisory is canceled, one of the very first things, or one of the most important things that will get conducted, is that whoever's usually the lead investigator, one of the lead investigators on the case, will sit down with the person and say, what happened? Tell us, walk us through chronologically, step by step, what happened. And we'll ask, there will be a formal interview process. To our understanding, up until this point, according to police, they have not interacted with Carlee Russell since she turned up and gave an initial statement on Saturday night before she had to go to the hospital there, UAB hospital, for treatment. She's been released since, but she has still not had interaction or that formal interview with law enforcement, at least based on the most recent communications that we have from the Hoover Police Department. If something has changed, we're about to find out about it. But what we've got to do now, folks, because the time is now officially 3:30 Eastern, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring up audio here. I have to stop taking questions and comments. What we are going to do is we're going to stay here with you live after the press conference to, go through exactly what we've learned, and also to what we haven't found out and what remaining questions still persist. So after the press conference is done, don't go anywhere. Let's bring up audio here for the first time.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Everybody give me a thumbs up. I just want to make sure we're good. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. We're in the city of Hoover, Alabama. 1 2 3.
All right.
Right at 2:30 now.
Always appreciate a good
Central
mic check.
Daylight Time. Everybody good? Everybody good? Mic check 1 2. Mic check. We're getting very close. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. You're good, Mike? Mic check.
You
You're
see
good?
her saying
You
that we're
good?
getting close. There's
Everybody's
a
good?
lot
You
of
good, sir?
anticipation
In the
for this
parade? Okay.
because so many days have passed since Carlee Russell turned up.
Get back
People
up, right?
want to
Want me to give you
know
one real quick?
what happened. Again, one of the big reasons why
Okay.
people really were
Mic
so
check,
honed
1
in on
2.
this story.
Mic check 1 2.
I'm just
I
going to
think
mute
he's-
for a second. One of the reasons that people were so honed in on this story was because it was a missing person. It was a call to action. People just wanted to help find Carlee Russell safe and sound, but a good Samaritan
All right,
as well.
Official 2-minute warning from
2-minute
right
warning.
now. Okay, 2 minutes.
So that's the official 2-minute warning from Hoover Police. But again, it's a woman who called 911, says that she was doing the right thing by reporting a toddler.
This is crazy. Perry, do you want to make any calls before we go live?
No, you know what? She need to apologize to this baby behind me.
I can't.
She need to apologize. It's just too much. She had like that.
Where did you get the toddler? I can't.
If Carlee can have a vision, I can have a vision too. If she can see things that's not there, so can I.
Well, okay, so I was listening to this pre-show. I heard a lot. They said a lot. They said that the parents were interviewed, Carlee was interviewed, and they said there was no baby. There is a lot going on. A lot. Why? It's really weird. I have people coming backstage. I'm full backstage. How did I get backstage? Well, you know what? I must have put the wrong link in. You guys can just still listen to it. I'm going to take calls after. Really,
Yeah,
really
you know,
crazy.
When she was walking home, she had like they didn't have these surveillance cameras. You know, is there such thing? Like, I would figure she was smart enough for that, but
Oh, look, poor Lily. Hold on, I missed it. This is what Lily said. She said she lied. I'm pissed. But she did cry and prayed. She did, remember? Oh, poor Lily. Poor Lily. This is unfortunate. As quiet as it's kept, the authorities only responded to the toddler, not to this young lady. Now, when a person of color is in danger, they won't respond immediately. Here we go, guys.
All right, good afternoon and welcome to the Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center. I'm Captain Keith Sescaleba, that's spelled Keithsescaleba, with the Hoover Police Department. Joining me at the podium today will be Hoover Mayor Frank Brocato, spelled Brocato, and Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis, spelled Derzis. You may also hear from Lieutenant Daniel Lowe, spelled Lowe, of the Hoover Police Investigations Division. Mayor Brocato will make a brief opening statement, and then Chief Durzis will read a prepared statement. After Chief's statement is complete, there will be an opportunity to ask a few questions regarding this investigation. Keep in mind that this is still an ongoing investigation, so there may be some questions that we cannot answer. With that, I will turn it over to Mayor Brocato.
Thank you and good afternoon for you all coming today. You know, 6 days ago, our community learned about the disappearance of Carlee Russell, and it sent fear and pandemonium not just through our city, but the entire state and the nation as well. The media quickly joined us to get the word out about Carlee. Our community sprung into action, and they organized search parties, arranged prayer vigils, and they took other steps that I'm not even aware of to help in this situation. The Hoover Police Department quickly rallied multiple partner agencies, stopping at nothing to find Carlee. I'd like to take this time to say thank you first to the Hoover Police Department, our partner agencies, our wonderful community, and to all those that aided in some way in connection with this situation. As the days have gone on and more information has been shared, we know everyone has questions. The Hoover Police Department is known for being very methodical and thorough with their investigations. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail publicly until now. It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. So at this time, I'll turn the microphone over to Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we work in this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Taziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
Walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where am I supposed to are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Med, like to get off by the Hoover Med. Okay, so you're before the exit? Yes. Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Like towards Tuscaloosa or towards 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay, and was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound? Or how old do they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is it a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan, sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. White male? Okay, so is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No, no cars anywhere. Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is Carlee Russell. And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct? No, but I can't really see them that good. Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best that you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them. Okay. All right, and do they have shoes on? No. Not that I can see. I can't really see that one. Okay. All right, I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but officers are on the way, okay? Okay, thanks. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Carlee called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight, 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to her disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
With that, we'll open the floor for some questions. Please raise your hand and I will call on you. Carol.
Chief, do you expect any charges against Carlee Russell in connection with the disappearance and in connection with what was taken from the Woodhouse spa?
Right now, our focus is to determine those 49 hours, so the investigation continues. So to be perfectly honest with you, that hasn't even entered our mind or been discussed.
One more question. Is it surprising to you that the family has not been cooperative in returning to be questioned?
Well, I think the family has stated to us that they didn't think that in her mental state right now, because of trauma of the incident, that she's not ready to talk, is what we've been told.
Go ahead, sir. Yeah, question for Chief. You stated that the abductor had orange hair. Was this abductor black male? Was it female? Black female? White female?
I believe it's a white male. Am I correct by saying that? Was it ever? Yeah, white male.
Is this alleged abductor yet on loose in the Hoover area?
Don't believe so.
Yes, ma'am.
Chief Brittany Deon, WBRC, has a toxicology report been done, and were any drugs or illegal substances found in her system?
We have no report of that.
Is any indication of mental illness in this case?
Not that I'm aware of.
There's been a concern in the community that if this turned out not to be a true story, that the next time a young woman of color was missing, that it might not be taken seriously. How would you respond to that?
I'd respond to say that we investigate every crime to the fullest, just like we have this one.
Was she traveling with anyone? Excuse me. Was she traveling with anyone since the time she disappeared, to your knowledge?
Not to my knowledge.
Chief, I know you said you weren't able to verify a lot of aspects of the story. Where do you think she went, and how would you characterize what happened here?
You know, that's the $100 question. You know, we pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left work until she got on the 911 call, and we can see getting out of the car on the interstate from that footage. And after that, I think she only knows. We don't know.
Well, one quick follow-up. Her parents. Did you speak with Carlee's parents, and why do you think it is they were so adamant that there was an abductor
Yeah, I think parents are believing what their daughter's saying, and we've had a very good rapport with the parents, met with them on several occasions. I've talked to them today a few times, and to make them understand that we're under pressure from our community, not only in our community of the state, but nationally when the story hit. And I just wanted them to understand that today we were going to have a press conference, and what we were going to detail today are facts. And everything that I've told you today is actual facts. It's not innuendos. It's not what I think. It's not what these detectives think. It is the factual information that we have. Well, I think our detectives have talked to the parents, and we're ready. We're ready to talk as soon as she's ready. So, she called right now. We're ready. Ooh, how about unknown? We know the facts that we have. Everything else is unknown at this time.
What have the past few days been like for you, your department? This has been a stressful search.
Well, absolutely. And again, the focus of the investigation that Thursday when she went missing, of course, the focus was to get Carlee home. That's what we want all. We wanted her safe and sound. And that's all happened. And then, of course, this has gotten to be not only a local state story, but a national story. So, it is. It's a lot of stress on everyone in the Hoover Police Department, and the mayor, to every citizen here. We want to know the truth.
As you stand here, are you frustrated?
I wouldn't say I'm frustrated. I mean, I'm very happy that Carlee's home. That was the main ingredient here, and then we'll figure it out. I promise you that we'll end up figuring it out.
Any idea about the number of manpower hours or the expense of the drones and all the rest of the search that might have cost the city and state and federal government?
Yeah, we haven't had time to consider that, but it's again, these detectives that are here, this is just a small group of people that have been associated with this case. We have put every available resource that we have on this case because we wanted to make sure that we found out everything. We wanted to get her home, and we have.
Chief, was there any prior indication of mental health problems?
Not that I'm aware of.
Can you just expand on the people from the state, federal resources brought in? What were they doing exactly as you all were searching for? Can you just expand on that?
Sure. A lot of the from the FBI side, several agents helping us interview. I mean, as you well know, in a case like this, especially when it goes national, we got hundreds and hundreds of calls. And when you get those calls, some of them may just be outlandish, but you got to follow up on them because you never know that you may get that one tidbit. And I'd also say too that we had a great cooperation with the family. The family received hundreds and hundreds of tips, and every time they got a tip, they sent it to us.
Would you say a crime has been committed?
No, we have not determined that. No.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 Summit Media. Question for Chief. With all of the searches that you mentioned, Chief, that were on Carlee's phone, does that kind of give you an indication of her mind state during this ordeal, 48 hours?
Yeah.
That she went missing?
Well, again, we want to talk in facts, and I do think it's highly unusual to the day that someone gets kidnapped, that 7 hours, 8 hours before that they're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about an abduction. I find that very, very strange. Yes.
Do you feel confident, your investigators feel confident that you know why Carlee Russell may have done this?
No, we do not know. Absolutely not.
Chief, can you explain for us, you mentioned that while I believe you said that Carlee was on the phone with 911, she was traveling 6 football fields, which tells you what?
Which tells me that I've had kids, and I'm sure a lot of people here have, and it's very, very, again, she said it, and I'm not saying it couldn't happen because I've always been one of these guys, never say never, but 6 football fields. I mean, I like athletics, I like football. 6 football fields. To think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying, without any just moving down. It's just very hard for me to understand.
Chief, have you used any technology to enhance that video from 459? And did you see a man grab her?
We did not see, from what we can tell, we don't see anybody on the interstate other than her car and then someone getting out of her driver's side. We have sent that off to the FBI for enhancement. It has not been returned.
Do you think in this case that charges will be forthcoming towards Carlee Russell? And how serious fabricated 911 call, but to lie to law enforcement during an investigation?
Well, again, that's not something that we've been discussed since we're going through the still investigation. But people have to understand that when someone says something like this, we put every available resource. Everybody comes together from, like I say, state, local, federal. It's just a lot of work, and gentleman early said frustrated. I mean, it is a little frustrating to think that all this has been done and we can't find anything out.
Did anyone see her calling in from the side of the road when she made that 911 call?
No, not to my knowledge.
All right, last question here. Is this investigation held up until you can speak once again, Carlee Russell?
Well, there's a few things that we're still doing, but obviously we want to talk to Carlee as soon as we can and do an in-depth interview. And at that time, I think we'll have these investigators doing some other things. So
that's all the questions we're going to answer today. We appreciate you guys coming, and we'll be following up with y'all later. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, Chief.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Breaking news on WFLA Now. Here's JV Buno.
Carlee.
Wow. A lot going on. Can you hear me, Perry? Let me drop this link.
Yes, a lot.
Now, when our attorney was texting us, I missed a part. Did they say that they found a bus ticket on her? Let me drop this link. We got to talk about this. Let me drop this link. Oh my God. Why? Okay. First of all, let me start by saying the Hoover Police Department did an excellent job. They didn't jump to conclusions right away, going to the media every 5 minutes, like maybe they do in LA. I think their investigation was thorough. I think that from the very beginning, they knew something wasn't right. From when we heard that dispatch tape last night, they can't give you a motive they don't know yet, but you can't jump inside somebody's head. This is, oh my God. Sebastian, there was a part that I missed because my attorney was texting me. Did they say they found a bus ticket on her?
They said she was searching for a bus ticket from.
I missed because my
Hold on, someone.
Wayne, can you turn your television
or browser
off or close your browsers? Oh my gosh. Go ahead, Sebastian.
So this is what I heard the police say in verbatim, that during the search of her phone, they found in her search history how to steal money from a cash register without people finding, yes.
See, I missed a portion. I missed a part. Oh my gosh.
Also,
wait, hold on. Let me write it down. What did they find, Sebastian? Oh my gosh. My hands are shaking.
A search of how to steal money from a cash register without getting caught.
Oh my God.
They also found that she searched up how to get what is the maximum age for an Amber Alert to be sent out.
Oh my gosh.
Liam Neeson's movie Taken. Also, we're forgetting this as well. Also, she had other things that police out of privacy did not want to say were in her search history.
Couple porn sites.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You forgot the bus ticket.
And the bus ticket was in the search history as well too. I think it was from Birmingham to where?
Memphis.
To Memphis, Tennessee.
It was from Birmingham to Memphis?
Yes.
Yep.
It wasn't Nashville.
Oh, Nashville. Was it Nashville?
It was Nashville.
Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah,
one-way ticket.
Yeah.
From Birmingham to Nashville?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Also, too, I heard something about some toilet paper. Wait, she took some toilet paper and then I wrote this down.
She stole toilet paper and a black robe from her job. I guess she planned on pooping in the woods while she was gone.
Why would she steal a robe and toilet paper? It's really
the toilet paper was because she didn't know where she was going, I don't think, and she had in case she had to go to the bathroom.
Just in case, yeah.
Damn.
And maybe
earlier when I was listening to the anchors talk earlier, they said she does not have a history of mental illness. That doesn't mean
does now.
Well, now she does. I feel like.
Well, what do you think? She just lost her mind? I'm still lost. I am still lost.
But
Period.
you know what, Sharrell? I don't think she's got mental illness. And here's why. She had the capacity to look up all them searches.
Yep.
She was looking step by step to get some attention.
Exactly. She needed attention for one reason, or felt
But then
she
why would
wanted
she learn
attention.
how to steal money? Why? Where does that come?
Because she needed money to go on whatever she was doing, a
She
run.
needed the money to get ready for the getaway. Okay.
Right.
She only
For
had
the bus
she had
ticket.
$107 in her sock. I laughed at that.
But her family has money, so I don't understand unless they cut her off, and that's why she did what she did.
Well, she probably didn't want to draw attention to taking money out to use it, so she was going to steal it. All signs
Exactly.
are pointed to it was all premeditated. And the question is, why did she do it? Did she do it for attention seeking? She
Well,
had.
Now,
we
don't
don't know
forget,
because
I'm
she's
on
on
a call
protest.
with my attorney while all this is going on. They said something about 6 football fields. Is that how far she walked?
Okay, no,
No,
this
that's
no,
how
that's
far
how
she
far she
drove.
drove.
How far she
She said
drove.
she was following a toddler.
While she said she saw the
Oh,
top, she was 6
wow.
football fields away when she called and said, "I see a toddler." She from where she was to where she pulled her car up to. It was 6 football fields, and she was claiming to have seen the toddler that Perry found and should get the reward money for.
It's really, I really feel like I've taken a punch in the gut, in the stomach, because it's even worse than I imagined.
Yeah.
This is premeditated,
Mhm.
disgusting, embarrassing. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. She should be in handcuffs right now. I think that this police department did an excellent job. They really, really did. And I think they need to arrest the parents too, because if they didn't know what happened, they knew they had suspicions, just like I would have suspicions. And then you came on that national television show. I think it was Good Morning America with your
Today's
lie.
show. It was today's show.
It was today
Sherelle,
with your lie.
Well,
your banner, Sherelle.
This is
Oh,
another
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Thank
Is
you.
that
Hey, Sherelle.
Black women and indigenous people of color do not ever get this much national coverage.
No,
And the
no.
one time we do, it's a hoax. Are we ever going to get this kind of coverage again? Who knows?
But
She may have ruined it for everyone.
You have to remember the only reason she got national coverage is because she was on the phone with the police, and it was a recorded call. So they had to react and they had to respond because it was a recorded call.
But
So
don't you
that's
guys
the
think?
difference.
Don't you guys
But
think that the police did a very good job?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
they
they
did.
did an
They did.
excellent job.
They said
Here's
the
the thing,
Secret
Sherelle.
Service and FBI was out there.
She
Yeah.
got a
So, Perry, you've been in the military. Is there a difference between Secret Service and FBI? What is the
Yeah.
Secret
Yes.
Service?
Yeah, it
Yes.
is. It's a difference.
What's the difference?
Well, I mean,
Secret Service. Go ahead,
Secret
Perry.
Service protects
go
the
ahead,
president.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Tori, go ahead.
The
Secret Service protects the
FBI is a
president.
federal bureau.
Go ahead, Tori. What were you saying?
And the Federal Bureau of Investigations investigates all federal crime, missing persons, fraud, bank fraud cases, white collar crimes, some murders.
Wayne, jump in.
also,
I'm
Sherelle-
disgusted. I'm disgusted. What are your thoughts, Wayne?
You know, I'm disgusted.
Can I add
too.
something about Secret Service, Sherelle, before Wayne talks?
Yeah, go ahead.
What most people also don't know is that the Secret Service doesn't only provide protection to the president, but they are the ones in charge of all our monetary policy, the printing of money and everything. So when
Okay.
it comes to searching, they have resources that maybe the FBI can duplicate, but they can maybe search faster than some of the other federal agencies for certain things.
Go ahead,
Exactly,
Wayne. I'm pissed. Go ahead, Wayne. I am pissed.
Okay, I think it's awful too. You know, what's going on is obviously, you know, they handle it with kid gloves, you know, because they want to make sure get it right. But everybody's talking about, oh, she needs to go to jail. She needs, you know, you want to put everybody in jail for stuff. Trump ain't in jail.
Yeah.
All his co-conspirators ain't in jail. Now, why waste taxpayers' money sending this woman to jail when it would be more punishable for her to be out there doing some community services, paying that money back if they want to do that, and teach her a lesson? Because, okay, granted, nobody was hurt, ain't nobody been killed. Okay, she lied. It's gross. It's just gross. But at the same time, she need to be out there where the public can see her, where she's out there. If she got to pick up trash off the street, whatever community services, whatever job she got, or whatever she has, she's going to be affected the rest of her life. Okay,
Wayne,
maybe she can overcome it, but I don't see putting this woman in jail.
Wayne,
Wayne, they were putting Jussie Smollett in jail for the same thing.
Jennifer, you're having speaker problems. Wayne, look what she did. Look at all the money she wasted and people's time, and even the public. We were invested in this story.
I agree. But so she should be in jail. You think she's a threat to society now after all this? Everybody
Not for the rest of her life, but she needs to sit and think about what she did.
Okay, now this is what I'm getting. I understand you on one point, Wayne, when you're saying, hey, well, charge her, maybe give her something to teach her a lesson. Other people have done things that need to be in jail also. That's going to be the fact always. People need to be in jail. But with your theory, if the next crime that happened, you'll say, oh, well, they're not menace to society. It was just this one store they robbed. They're okay. They got it. Nobody will be in jail, right?
Exactly.
Everybody would get off.
I know what you said, Perry, and I agree. But I'm saying in this case right here, I think this woman, her family, everything, she has brought so much shame. She's brought shame to Alabama. She's brought shame to Hoover. She's brought shame to Black folks. Okay?
Wayne,
right.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but they made an example out of Jussie Smollett. I'm in Chicago. He did have to do community service. He does have to pay back everything, and they wanted to put him in jail. He was in jail, but his lawyers filed an appeal and got him out. But just because Trump and all these people, yes, they need to go to jail as well. But like Perry said, so if we say, okay, well, we're not going to have this person go to jail because Trump ain't in jail, all the criminals would be free. This is criminal.
I know it's criminal. It's a lot of
Wayne, you got to think about this, Wayne. She also told them there was a white man and a woman that she didn't see, gave a description of the man. Now, what if they went and locked up some white man with orange hair? Because, white people dye their hair crazy anyway. What if they locked him up and charged him with kidnapping her and all this was a lie?
Oh, they would.
She deserves to be in jail with some punishment, and then do the community service and pay all the money back.
Ain't no sense in putting. She go in jail. She ain't gonna make no money. Whatever it is, she's not gonna pay no restitution. What are you gonna wait 5 years till she get out of jail and pay? No.
She'll make $1 an hour, but she'll still pay something back while she's in jail. She needs to go to jail.
I get your compassion, Wayne, for her not.
It's not. Hold on. It's not even compassion.
Come on.
It's not even compassion. I'm just saying you wasting tax dollars sending when this. It could be more beneficial. She be out there like somebody said. Okay, when they have other cases like what's the mother that had came to one of the vigils because something happened to her daughter. Have her working side by side. Let her be. Yeah. Oh, you're the one. Okay. And when you make that money, whatever, you're gonna pay it back. Okay. It's almost like, I don't want to say like wearing a scarlet letter, but it's ways that can make her feel so low that she wish she had never done it.
Wayne, can I ask you, I'm coming from a place of sincerity. What do you have against jail? That's what it was created for. When people don't know how to follow the rules, and when you waste people's tax dollars and you get caught lying and it's just, what do you have against jail? You think that's too harsh for her?
No, I don't. I'm not hard. I'm not. I'm not. I believe in jail. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying in this case like this, hit it where it hurts. If their family got money, their mama go. You know, what if her mom and them got to be paying all that money?
They will,
Okay,
Wayne,
be
even
paying
if
it
she
back
goes
and
to
all that.
jail.
Hold on, Jennifer. Let him finish. Hold on. Go ahead, Wayne.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I mean, you know, they like that. What's that girl, the Susan Smith, that time when she drowned her kids and everything? They went around South Carolina jacking up all these black men who had an average look, and they went after all the black men.
But what does that have to do with this case?
I'm just saying that this woman, I just don't think the jail time. I just don't think it's going to, you know, I'm not going to say it's not going to do no good. But after she get out of jail, if she spent a couple years in jail or whatever, whatever, I don't know what kind of charge you get for that. But when she get out, then
let
she
me
would have
tell you
been.
this, Wayne. I have 7 relatives in prison. Okay. It makes you think about your life. It makes you reflect. It makes you realize all the mistakes that you made. And everybody in prison has this longing and desire to get out because that's no kind of life. I'm not saying send her to jail for the rest of her life, but she needs to know what she did was messed up.
Right.
And
Put
sometimes you can
put an ankle bracelet on her. She can't leave her house. Put an
ankle
ankle bracelet on her.
bracelet. She can still watch TV. She's twisted, so she might think she's some kind of celebrity when she sees herself on the news.
Sharrell,
It could be around men.
Sharrell, have you seen these guys in jail? They on TikTok with cell phones. On TikTok, people sending them cash apps and stuff. So I'm just saying they still do this in jail.
I'm not proud of this. 7 close relatives of mine in the penitentiary. And let me tell you, they all regret it. They're missing birthdays and holidays, and they might not say it to me, but you could see the regret on their face from the choices they made.
Okay, so for example, say she goes to jail for like 2 years, right? Say they say, okay, 2 years. And then she gets out. She's paid her debt to society because she spent 2 years in jail. And she comes out, and that's it.
No, she got to pay the money back too.
Yeah, pay that money back. Pay the money back. I mean,
and her parents shouldn't have to pay it back because they didn't sit on the internet and search all this stuff and plot to do this. She did. So the parents should not be held responsible for what she did. We can't hold parents responsible for every single thing grown folks do. Once we raise them and they're out our house, they on their own. We can't be held responsible, or every parent in the world would be in jail.
No, you can't.
Here's
But
the thing,
like
though,
Sharrell was saying, if they were complicit in her lying and all that other kind of stuff, okay, they're responsible too.
Wayne, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm thinking you're saying that you've seen people that have done worse get off. The system is flawed. You are absolutely correct. Some people are over punished, but not in this case. Not in this case, Wayne. And we can't hold this case accountable for other injustices. Yeah, I've seen people actually take someone's life and walk away scot-free. And that is an injustice. But we can't judge this case on what happened to someone else. We have to judge it on what she did. And what she did was horrible. It could have.
It was, yeah.
Through the grace of God, it ended where nobody was hurt and just a lot of people's money and time was wasted. You can't do that.
And somebody else's life could have been wasted. Look, the whole thing is, I understand where Wayne coming from. I'm just saying, maybe they could make her pay restitution, all that stuff. It need to be something done in that respect,
something.
Right? But I'm telling you this, it's too many people that falsely accuse others that impact everybody else's life. Oh, black male, 6 foot, right? We don't heard it too many times, and they don't have to do the crime. But I'm saying they should have to do time. Just like a person who do a crime, a person that falsely accuse somebody and know they falsely accuse them should do the same much equal time.
Let me let Christy jump in. She's been so quiet. Sound off, Christy. Oh yeah, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Sharrell, when she's finished, can I say something?
Yeah.
You might be
Come
on
on.
mute. It should be a
Listen,
mute.
Hi. So I've watched
hi.
this whole thing, and in the beginning, I was skeptical, but I thought, maybe she beat the crap out of somebody and ran away, and I was hoping, hey, that's the way it went down. But then as everything kept, opening and opening, I was like, maybe not so much. And what I learned through this experience was to let my gut, tell me really what's going on. But I appreciate this. I think it's fun. It's interesting to watch. And I'm not sure about the jail because I don't know how much it would help her because, there's something wrong if you have to lie to that extent in your life.
But Christy, isn't jail designed for punishment? That's the
It
purpose
is,
of
yeah.
it.
And after that man shared about, people giving false accusations against black men and stuff, I was like, yeah, they should be punished, and they should be, because it makes a problem. So maybe a little bit of jail, like you said, restitution, and that's it.
I mean, you look at the comments, Wayne, you're not the only person who feels this way. A lot of people are saying that jail would be overkill, teach her a
No, it
lesson,
wouldn't.
but don't overpunish.
I'd like to
I
say
don't know.
Can I say something, Sharrell?
Yeah, sound off, Bonji. It's a lot.
So the question that we should be asking ourselves is, if Carlee was of a different race, would we be saying the punishment should be different? This is, I think, after Juicy Smollett, I never thought someone would even be dumber than he is by trying to create a scenario. But from the time the police chief came out in his suit, I was like, oh no, they're about to lay it chapter and verse. When she steals from her job and she's been doing all these searches, for a person who is very, I would say, book smart, she is dumb as a rock. The first thing we know with these computers, with our cell phones, is that it doesn't matter how far we search, we leave a digital footprint. And for her to think, okay, I'm away for 40 something hours, and then miraculously, I'm going to come back and tell this story and continue to lie. Her calmness alone on that 911 call means at the least, I need a mugshot and to see her in front of a judge. Because there are many women, there are many Native American women, there are many of our sisters that are missing, and we don't know what happened to them. And these resources could have been used to find those people. And also, there's a racial component. She used stereotypes of white Americans in Alabama to fuel all of us looking for her, wondering, okay, Alabama has a history. What happened to her? And yet she was lying. And her parents should be telling her, instead of going on TV, should be telling her, go to the police, tell them everything. Instead of saying, they're saying that she's experiencing trauma. Trauma from what? Sitting at the Red Roof Inn for more than 24 hours and then eating a Cheez-Its?
All right. Thank you, Bonji. I agree with you. I
I'd
totally
like to
do.
go next. I'd like to go
Well,
next.
hold on, Sebastian. I'm going to bring up a new panel, so you hang tight because I'm trying to get opinion in. Okay, you guys. So thank you so much. I appreciate.
I'll drop Sharrell so opinion can come up.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
I just want to say something real
Let me
quick.
change. Thank you, Christy, for coming up. And thank you for speaking your mind, Wayne. I really appreciate your honesty. That's how you felt, and so you said it. So thank you, you guys, for coming up. Let me bring up a new panel. Thank you, guys.
Sharrell,
Oh
can
my
I just say
gosh.
this real quick?
Yeah.
I have a personal friend that has been missing for 8 years, and she is a Black woman. And she did not even get this much coverage in Chicago. So it pisses me off that this young lady wasted all of this. And my friend
has not made national news. She has hardly made local news. And she's missing, but all these resources were wasted on a hoax. That's why I'm so pissed and I'm ready for her to go to jail. And I'm sorry to be emotional, but it's coming up on the anniversary of my friend going missing in August. So
It's emotional. I get it. I get it.
and then she did this to that young lady's mother as well, whose daughter was missing and unalived, who was leading the search party. She needs to go to jail. I'm gonna drop down.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Take
Yes, thanks,
care.
Jennifer.
Thank you. All right, opinion. Oh, let's start with Sebastian because he's from the sound off, Sebastian. Yeah, I know.
As I said yesterday, and you guys are gonna say I have no compassion. No, I don't. Um, this young lady, she deserves, as I said, she should not be able to practice nursing when she finishes her degree.
Oh wow! Come on, Sebastian.
Absolutely not. No, no.
Sebastian. Okay.
If
all
you
right.
could have the capability to search up on the internet how to get an Amber Alert out, I'm scared. I'm very scared. I don't think you should be near patients. I'm very concerned.
All right.
I
So,
think you need to be near
go
patients.
ahead. Go ahead.
I don't think also the fact that you were searching up how to steal, that's problematic to me. That's very problematic to me. Also, you probably would do that near medicine too, if that's the case. I don't think she needs to be a nurse. The AKAs, I know they're trying to defend her, but it's too bad. Just because you
Yeah.
AKA don't mean you can't be
A crook.
a crook.
Mhm.
Point blank. Period. Her parents are, well, that's what parents do, defend their children and everything. So I can't fully drag them as much, but she's not. I've lost everything. I never felt this was a real thing from the jump. I never retweeted. I never liked. I never tried to help this case because I deep down inside me, I had a bad feeling. I had a bad feeling about this case. And then it all comes to this. And what I hope is, since they found her search history and everything, my hope is that they could find out what truly happened within those 49 hours. We need to find what truly happened within those 49 hours. Where
It's
did
gonna
she
come out.
Did
Yeah.
she leave the state and come back into the state? Since she came back with a tour shirt, because that's what they said. She came back with a tour shirt. Did she do that to herself? This needs to be done. I hope the police department has done a great job on this case. I
Yeah, they
congratulate
did.
them. They've done a very great job. Some will say they haven't, but I'm saying they have.
They have.
The police officer made a great point when he mentioned that he does not think a toddler would be able to walk 6 football fields. 6.
It's disgusting. Before I go on, I wanted to publicly thank you, Opinion, for all the legwork that you did, calling the police department, searching, pulling up papers. You did all of my research. I really appreciate it, and I want to thank you. Also, I wanted to shout out your state. They did a great job. They did a great job. Anyway,
Let me tell you, Sharrell, when they get through with her and them parents is gonna be messed up. Okay, I'm telling you, he was being real nice on that TV. Okay, if you saw how all those white men is, they live in the Hoover area. This is how all those white people are looking, and these neighbors. Not only did they show up and show out, they also brought food every night to these people. They
Wait,
brought
what?
they brought money to these people.
Oh
They
my
were there doing
God.
prayer visuals. A mega church over in Hoover took this family in and paid their bills because they was like, "We, you don't need this stress on you right now."
Are
So
you sure? Hold on.
I'm absolutely positive because the Hoover residents are talking now.
Okay, let me just because this is just hit this. The Hoover residents took the family in, gave them food and money.
Yes, they didn't have to cook for themselves the whole time. They said in the morning they was there with Hardee's. They said at night they was bringing them chicken and all kind of other stuff. They was even going to bigger places buying real food for this family because they felt like you done lost your daughter. We
Right.
don't want to put nothing else on you. And you still come home, and Sharrell, we was up late last night and I was still telling you stuff was coming out. You know what I'm saying? You putting out that your daughter was in a bunker and she had to escape this and she had guilt because and she wasn't gonna talk to the police because they want to find them first. This is what your family put up on Facebook.
Let me clarify what happened. So late last night, Opinion has been on this case 24/7. She called me probably like 11 something at night. The family members were on social media and they said that there was more to this case, that they weren't going to tell the FBI because they wanted to take care of the matter themselves. The family is in on it. Okay. They're in on it. They might have not known in the beginning, but they are, what's it called? Feeding these lies and trying to make it seem as if she was really abducted. Why would you know information and not tell the FBI? Go ahead, Opinion. I'm sorry, I had to.
I am just pissed off. Let me tell you, this little girl, she don't belong to Alabama, okay? She belongs to the streets. She belongs to her parents, okay? And how low can you be to sit up here and go on national TV and up there sitting there look like you about ready to cry? And you know that story didn't make sense to you. Even if this little girl didn't know that, when the police said they have talked to her numerous of times and told her the story just don't make sense, and you still sitting here on national TV asking people to pray for you and give you your peace, and man, I am so pissed off because the only reason why they ever went to the Red Roof anyway was because 7 carloads of them went over there telling some they mysteriously got a text message from Carlee. If she sent you a text message telling you she was at the Red Roof Inn, why she
Hold on. The family members went over to the Red Roof
Look in
Inn.
your text messages. Yes, one of those Facebook posts is from the mama trying to get everybody together about her getting a message from her daughter.
So when did they go, all the family members go to the Red Roof Inn? When did this happen?
They went to the Red Roof Inn on Saturday, 6 carloads, and then the police responded to the Red Roof, and she wasn't there.
Wow.
Yeah, she probably was walking home at that point.
You've been on it. Thank you. I am publicly acknowledging that you have done all the footwork. I appreciate it. You've been there. I even tried to get you to go to the press conference, but I'm glad that you did it.
Well, they said I couldn't. I was gonna go. They said I couldn't go because it was only for press with press badges.
Oh, the press. Okay. Thank you for everything. Al, what are your thoughts on this craziness? This is crazy. Al.
And then we're gonna ask Al, is this, because
Yeah, can you hear us? Al?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Perry wanted to say something to you before you.
no, I just want to say, Al, like today after seeing this, have your opinion changed a little bit?
Yeah, well, remember I told you guys I just reserved it because.
Oh, right. No, I get you. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did this help push you forward?
I'll help you guys, let you guys know what I was seeing. So while I was reserving my opinion, I was seeing stuff that was unfavorable in her case on her side. I was seeing rumors about the street saying she did it to get back at her ex-boyfriend for cheating on her with a stripper. I was seeing stuff like that. And then the last thing I seen, well, the most recent was when the police knew she was safe when she unblocked her ex-boyfriend during the time she was abducted. So when I saw the information, I kind of held it, but now that all the context came out and with the press meeting, yeah, she deserves to go through the legal process because at the end of the day, am I surprised? No. This is people do weird shit for attention. Excuse my language. I'm not surprised.
So that's another question, Al. What do you think the motive is here? This is crazy.
Well, as of right now, I can't tell you what nobody else's motive. Only thing I can say is she does need to be prosecuted by the law. Do I think she needs to be railroaded? And this is an excuse to railroad a black woman and for the rest of black women to be ignored? No. Like someone else, I don't know her name, but she spoke on how she had a relative or a friend that was missing. I had a aunt that was missing a few months back. Her boyfriend that she was with, he He kidnapped her and killed her and put her in the trunk of his car.
Wow.
And the family still have not found her body. So, these things hit close to home for a lot of us, And when I have situations like this, I don't get discouraged. Because this is her doing. This isn't the Black community's doing. This isn't Black women's doing. This is just her as an individual.
True. What are your thoughts? True wisdom.
My mom wanted to gossip too, but I agree with the rest of you guys saying she needs to be prosecuted. She needs to go to jail. 1 to 5 years?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Maybe
That's good.
I'm thinking 1 to 2
1 to
or
5.
something, and some restitution or something like that.
Yeah, she needs to. She needs.
All right, let me. True wisdom. Sound off.
Comes to jail. It does not. Would you rehabilitate you, or it doesn't improve you? But she still needs to go sit down and think about and reflect about what she did, and then when she comes out, I'm not for her not getting a nursing degree or not being able to get work, because she does need some type of trade to be able to pay off this restitution. She does pay that, Now, as far as this whole rest of her life, I'm not somebody that likes to beat up on people all their life, but hopefully in this next phase of her life, she'll go through this reflection and she'll go through this punishment, because like we said, people did out the kindness of their hearts, gathered, mobilized. You saw us become a community looking after this woman. And because it got such a major press and because it became national, I believe that's why she called it off and she came back home, because she was scared. I believe that's why she came home, because it got so much attention that she knew this wasn't a game anymore, and this wasn't like just a vendetta against a boyfriend or whatever the case may be. So I do think for the resources that she's wasted, like everyone said, resources she's wasted, the people who brought her food, people who took care of the family. Now, do I think her family needs to be punished? No. Because at the end of the day, I'm a person, I'm loyal to a fault too. I'm going to hold down mine right or wrong, because I'm just that type of person. So I can't fault her family for standing by her even when she was wrong. But she does need to be punished. That's what I can say. She does need to go through the legal process, and we do need to have this out. And for everybody in the comments and who was watching and stuff, I don't want us to take this as a harsh blow to the Black community, and this is setting us back, because we can still make improvement and have minor hiccups as well, because these people do exist,
Thank you, Al. I appreciate that. Sound off, True Wisdom.
Hey, Sharrell panel, can you hear me clearly?
Yes. Very good.
Good. Thank you for having me up. So just real quick, so I just wanted to share. So with this whole case, it brought me back to when my husband and I was going out of town, and we asked our daughter to pick us up from the airport. And she parked underneath the garage. So we told her a certain time to pick us up. And we didn't hear from her. We didn't see her. So we were texting her. And because she was under the garage in the airport, parked, waiting for our flight to come in, there's no signal under there. So I automatically panicked, because the GPS was showing her car was by a lake. And we did not hear from her for like about 2 to 3 hours. We told her to park under there until our flight came in and then pick us up. And she just stayed there. She didn't try to come and see if the flight came in or anything. She just stayed where we told her to. But on the other side of that, we thought something was wrong. So we panicked after 2 hours not hearing from her and called the cops. And as soon as we called the cops, then she drove up to pick us up, and she was all right and all that. But I say that to say, at that moment as a parent, I felt what most parents go through when their kids go missing, because that was just a very good situation for us, where she just was not getting our signals and our calls, and she was right underneath the garage in the airport. And that was a panicking situation, because the GPS showed her car like it was off the road in a lake. So that was very scary for us. I only can imagine what the parents would have been going through, if this was a real scenario. But my thing with this is, I have a 22-year-old and a 17-year-old. It does not look good for our community when things like this does happen. I hope we get the same response that they did this time, and not put us in a box like, oh, this is just another case, a fake story, or whatever the situation may be. That's what I'm more afraid of, because this happens every day. My husband is former law enforcement, and I can tell you how much stories we've heard of That's why I panic so fast, where girls go missing, you never hear from them again. The trafficking, human trafficking is a thing. That's a big business. Organ trafficking, that's a big business in the States and worldwide. So I hear the stories all the time. So I just hope that this particular situation with this girl does not prevent people from getting the justice that they need. Now, in terms of punishment, I think there should be some type of punishment, but I honestly don't think it should be anything with jail. I think monies, probation, community service, something like that. Sometimes kids are that, I still call them kids. Sometimes kids are that age.
What about this? What about this, True?
Mhm.
What if you keep following the case, and if you change your mind, call back in, because she needs to go to jail.
I don't know. Sometimes we're adults. Okay, we can say what we would do, and obviously, mental issue is not a issue. Mental illness is not an issue in this case. But sometimes people just panic and make stupid decisions. She might have planned it, all of that, but I just don't see a jail. Like, does she have the criminal mind that this was all? It's a jail thing, and she needs to go to jail.
She has the criminal mind, but she had the wherewithal to Google how to steal money.
Yeah, because these Gen Zs and all of this, that age group, some of them are silly, and they don't think. And, they do stupid things, but does it warrant jail time? Or does it warrant maybe probation for 5 years, 10 years, pay back $100,000? I just don't see her being mixed in with actual real criminals, unless she did steal money from a job like they were saying she did. That's jail time. But just all of this planning or whatever made up story, do we really think she needs to be in jail for that? And how much of people that don't look like us get off with stuff like this? Do we have the same compassion all around, or is it because it's her? I have mixed feelings with it, but like you say, Sharrell, I'll wait to see whatever happens,
Please
coming
do.
in
All right,
and
let
go
me
from
start
there.
getting more people in. Sound off, Miss Me.
Yes, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Very well.
All righty. I just wanted to share a couple of things. I understand what everybody's saying about punishment and whether you should or whether you shouldn't. But what I think a lesson that we can at least all probably agree on is that we as a people need to kind of encourage each other that no matter what you've done, no matter how bad you think you've screwed up, it's okay to just stop, take a beat, and go face it. Whatever might be going on with this young lady, there's all these rumors that there might have been substance use involved, that she owed money to people, that she stole from her job. It's looking like there's some other things going on, that she got let go. Who knows what all those things were? I think they said she got kicked out of nursing school or something like that as well. Whatever it is, it would have been better for her to just stop and face it. And now she's going to have...
Or Miss Me, she could just be a criminal minded.
She could be. I mean, but the thing is just as a whole, I think we can all accept that it would have been better for her and anyone involved. Sometimes, like the person who was just on said, sometimes people panic and they just try to go to the ends of the earth to try to avoid facing the music. Whatever her decisions were, she should have just faced it, and her family should have supported her. And we hope that they did, but they should have supported her in doing that, though it's looking a little suspicious. The last thing I want to say is that there was a gentleman on earlier who was saying that the AKAs were all supporting her and that sort of thing. I'm an AKA, and I just want to remind everyone that let us get stripped all the time. NPHC organizations do not play around when you are when you are embarrassing and bringing shame potentially to that organization, when you are not standing up for their values. I don't know if y'all remember some years ago, there was this NPHC sorority show, I think on VH1, a reality show, and people were on there carrying on. And guess what? It didn't matter your organization. Those letters got yanked from you quick, fast, in a hurry, and it's like you never existed. So especially with this amount of national attention, if it does truly turn out that this was, some sort of inappropriate behavior, it does not align with AKA values, and I would not be surprised at all if overnight and they will even serve you your paperwork behind the wall, because they have done it many times. She will get a piece of documentation to her, in prison or whatever situation, telling her that her membership is revoked in
Y'all need
every
to
way,
get
shape, or
on it.
form.
Y'all need to get on. I'm gonna write a letter to your headquarters. Like, y'all need to get on it. She needs to be stripped. All
I'm
right,
sure they want to
Opinion.
hear it out. So thank you. Y'all have a good one.
You do the same.
All right, Opinion. You did a lot of work on this case. What are your final words?
I know she's going to jail. Yes, the list that they listed off, and let me tell you something. That man, he was trying to be very politically correct because he pretty sure that everybody was gonna get this because this was a national story. But I'm telling y'all, if you think Hoover play, they don't get these kind of stories. They don't get this kind of publicity, and their neighborhood is not liking it at all. Because as much as y'all see them get on this TV and be politically correct, y'all got to remember this is a Republican state.
Mm-hmm.
And they do as much as they can to keep you out of their school systems. If you manage to get in their neighborhoods, then you have to have a mortgage. You can't be renting and going to their schools. That's just how proud these people is in their neighborhoods. You can't rent and get theirs. You got to have a mortgage, a deed with your name on it to get your kids in the #1 top school in Alabama. So yeah, you think they gonna let her get away with it? Let me tell you something. When he was laying it out for a reason. And while he was laying it out, I was up there writing them down. He told you that she stole a bathrobe and toilet tissue, because in Alabama, if you steal anything over $30, that's theft for property. That's a charge.
A felony?
Yes, you can be
Yes,
charged.
that's a felony.
A felony?
Lying to the police. That's lying to a government official.
That's a felony.
You can go to jail for that. See, this is the thing. When he was laying it out, he was going bit by bit, and you see he kept stopping. And you remember he was playing the clip of the 911 call. He was letting you know that she falsified and told us it was a baby on the side of the road. Right. He also went into detail to tell you how far her car traveled, because he wanted to make it specific. Because in order for her to say this was premeditated, it had to be for so long. He made it aware that it was 6 football fields, so you know that it was a long distance that she traveled with this lie. I'm telling you, when he said we ain't talked about it yet, that's because they ain't talked about it yet. But please believe by next week, I should see some jail charges coming up all over the screens. Okay, let me tell you something.
Yes, but here's the thing, Opinion. If they come after her, are we going after all the Karens as well? How many times we put out false stories?
Here's the thing. They're also going to go after those parents.
Wow, this is
no. I'm not talking about parents. I said Karens. Karens.
Listen,
how many stories have Karens put out there against us?
They just put the white woman that ran away during the pandemic, or right before the pandemic, that disappeared around Christmas time. Her name was Sharrell Pipino. Look it up. She just got sentenced to 18 years in jail. Yes,
I'm not even talking about the ones that call into the police. I'm talking about the ones that makes false statements, because that is a felony. Because I asked my husband, I asked my husband the same question that you just raised when you said,
true. She committed a crime.
I'm just telling you.
My point is, Sharrell, though, how many is this going to set a precedence then for anyone who does this same crime, whether it's calling into the police and making a falsified statement, false story? I see these people, they're trying to attack me. I'm in the park. This is what's been happening all along with Karens, and nothing has happened. So if we're going to set an example on her, we need to set it for everybody else then, because false statements, that happens all day.
Right, it do. Like, look.
Yes. I can go in the park right now and be parked next to a Claire lady's car. And if she feels threatened, she can call the police and say, this lady, I'm scared for my life, whatever. That's a false statement. I see it every day. My husband comes on and tells me all these stories. So what I'm saying is, if they're going to set an example for her, false claims, lied, all these, like half of us don't lie every day. But what she did, yes, it's unacceptable. But what I'm saying, if they're going to do it to her, and don't get me wrong, Alabama is very racist. So I just don't want them to make an example out of her because of the color of her skin, but then Karen somewhere else can get away with the same exact thing. So if you're going to do it for her, do it for all.
You gotta understand, if you want change to happen, then you gotta be out there voting for change to happen. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, as many minorities that we have staying in Alabama, it shouldn't be so widely spread red every time we vote. But that's because people have given up hope that there's going to be any change in the state of Alabama. And as long as it's people that feel like that, Alabama is going to stay a red state.
Okay. Listen, the girl committed a crime. I cannot just turn the other cheek and act like nothing didn't happen. She has to go to jail, True. I'm sorry. She has to have some kind of punishment for what she did.
Right.
Was she could have stopped at any point before she made that phone call.
I guess I'm waiting to hear the full
thinking
story.
about other African American women.
Well, she could have stopped when she came back, Sharrell. The gig was up when she came back.
Yeah.
The girl could have did that in the first place. Instead, they kept the lie going because the 911 call that they made to the police was that she had her baby home, but she was barely breathing.
Okay, I'm getting ready to go, Diva. I brought you up because it's you. Sound off really quick.
I'll be real quick and in short. She going to jail. And she got to go to jail. Whether she black, white, yellow, orange, she part of the community, whatever the case may be. Perry, you got on the right outfit. She's getting picked up. She's going to jail.
Yeah.
That's it.
She's going to jail.
You did too much.
You notice the surveillance cameras, Diva?
Yeah.
These surveillance cameras, she's
I
done.
can't.
She's
they
done.
didn't even get into it. When she went skipping by there.
But let me let you address True really quickly, Diva. She's saying that don't over punish because
see the thing is sometimes we do too much as a community, right? Because she's part of the community, because she looks like us, we want to slow down and cut down the process and the amount of time that she should or shouldn't get. If this was just anybody, that's why I wish sometimes we was colorblind. If this was just anybody, we would say this person has to pay for what they did. You called
where True and Wayne are coming from. They're saying the president of the United States.
I get it.
S.A. somebody is still running for president. This is where their argument is coming from. So why can't we realize she did a bad thing, but don't over punish? That's what they're saying.
Yeah, punish, not over punish. That's what we're saying. We want the punishment, but don't over punish because possibly of the color of her skin. That's what I'm saying. Because you have other people out there doing the exact same thing.
Right. I don't think they over punishing, or they would have went ahead and snatched her up already. See, they ain't telling us much, but they already know what they know. If you heard that man speak, he in my opinion said he was very calculated as to way he said it and how he spoke. But you Google taken. She should have watched the whole movie. She shouldn't have just Googled because the movie should let you know.
I can't. All right, you guys.
I know I gotta let you go, Sharrell, but I was listening. But I'm just saying, when you do a part 2, I'll come back in earlier. But at the beginning and the end of the story, she has to do some type of time. This is a baby.
I agree.
A baby that you said was on the highway and something happened. So you had the world scared that something is going on with a baby, right? Then the reason why she took that stuff from her job is because she calculated this, right? Because you didn't want it to be seen on your debit card or anything like that. Perry, see you playing. I got to go.
No, but this is far from over. We're going to still have this conversation. I'm sure, True, you're going to keep your eye on the sentencing, the punishment.
Yes.
It's far from over. So I'm out of time today, and I let as many people speak as I can. I might do a part 2 later. And then Diva, and I'll send you a link so we can really break it down. But I am completely out of time. I do apologize. You guys, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. If I didn't get to your comment backstage, I do apologize. I'm out of time. Leave your thoughts in the comment section, you guys. And this is part 1. I'm sure I might be back today with a part 2 because this is a trending subject. All right, everybody. On 3, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye guys.
Bye, everybody.